Hello future Java developers, I am Abraham Golo, your dedicated Java instructor, and I'm so thrilled to have you here. Your passion and commitment inspire me every day, and I can't wait to see what you achieve on this Java journey. Today we are setting up the foundation for your Java programming skills. We will install the Java Development Kit, also known as the JDK and IntelliJ IDE, so you can write and run Java programs seamlessly. Let's get started. The first part, we are going to install and set up Oracle JDK. Before the installation of Oracle JDK, let's talk about what JDK is and why it is so important. The JDK, or Java Development Kit, is a software package that gives you the tools you need to write, compile, and run Java programs. It includes a compiler to translate your code into machine language of zeros and ones, libraries to provide pre-built functionalities, and the Java Virtual Machine, also known as JVM, which runs your code on any device. Think of it as your Java toolkit. It is essential for creating and running Java applications. Now that we know what Java JDK is, let's install it. So to install, let's open our browser. And then we will search for Oracle JDK. The first result, we are going to click on that one that says Java Downloads. So click on it. And then we are presented with this page. So if you scroll down a little bit, you are going to see that there are different versions, JDK 23 and JDK 21. Now, I don't like installing the very latest version because sometimes there might be bugs and the rest. But what I like doing is installing the previous version before the latest version. So currently, at the time this video is recorded, the current version is JDK 23, and so I will be installing the latest version, which is JDK 21. So I'm going to click on JDK 21. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to select the platform in which I am downloading this JDK for. In my case, I am downloading for the Windows computer, so I'm going to click on Windows. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to see this x64 installer, right? So it's the one with the .exe file extension, and so I'm going to click on that one. Now immediately I clicked on it, the download has started. So you can see that it is downloading. So all we just have to do is to wait for the downloads to be completed. So now the download is completed. I will have to open the app by clicking on it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to click on next. Now I will have to copy this part, the part that the JDK will be installed. So I will click on change, and then I'm going to copy this. So I will type in Ctrl+C. Now I will open it, my notepad. So search for notepad and open it. And then I'm going to paste this part here. We'll come back to this. Then continue with the installation. So I'm going to click on OK, and then next, and then wait for this to be installed. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is close this. So after that, the next thing we're going to do is to go to our search, right? So if you're using Windows that is not Windows 11, you can just go to this Windows tab and then search for environment variables like this, and then we are going to click on edit the system environment variables. So you open this and we are presented with this. So we are going to click on environment variables again. There's a button called environment variables. Click on that and then we are going to click on new. So when we clicked on new, for the variable name, we're going to type in Java home, all in capital letters or uppercase letters. So we're going to type it like this, Java, and then we're going to type underscore home, right? Now for the variable value, we are going to go to our notepad. So I'm going to go to our notepad, and this value that we copied earlier, so we're just going to copy it by clicking on Ctrl C, and then in our environment variables, for the variable value, I'm going to paste it here using Ctrl V, just like this, and then click on OK. Now after that, we are going to make sure we select the path like this and then click on edit. So after clicking on edit, I'm going to click on new, and then this time I'm going to type in % and then Java home. So Java underscore home like this, and then %. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in backslash. So to find backslash on your keyboard, it is the character after the square bracket, so the closing square bracket. So I'm going to type it backslash and then type in BIN like this in lowercase letters, just like this. And then I'm going to click on OK, and then OK again, and OK. Now that we've successfully installed JDK, we need to verify that JDK is properly installed. And how do we verify? To verify, we search again, and this time we search for an app known as command prompt, like this, command prompt, and then open the command prompt. Now that command prompt is opened, we are going to verify that we have Java JDK installed by typing in Java. Remember, it is in lowercase letters. So we have Java and then space and then hyphen version like this, right? So it is Java hyphen version, and then we click on enter. And if you see the Java version, whatsoever version you downloaded, so we are going to see, for our case, we have Java version 21.06, right? So this means that our Java JDK has been installed successfully. In this next section, we are going to look at installing and setting up IntelliJ IDE on our Windows computer. But before we start setting up IntelliJ IDE, what is IntelliJ IDE? IntelliJ IDE is an integrated development environment, also known as an IDE, designed specifically for developers. It is like a magical workshop where you can write, test, and debug your code. It is user-friendly and has powerful tools to make coding easier and more fun. Now that we successfully installed Oracle JDK, now it's time for us to download and install IntelliJ IDE IDE. So to install IntelliJ IDE IDE, we open our browser and then search for IntelliJ IDE download. Now the first result, we are going to click on that, the one with download IntelliJ IDE. So we are going to click on that one. And then there are two versions of IntelliJ IDEA. Now we have the IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate and then the IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. So what is the difference? The IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate is good for enterprise solutions. So when you want to write really big Java programs, then you're advised to use the IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate, and it is not free, although there's a free 30-day trial. Now, because we are just learning Java and using this IDE to learn and practice, and we're not building any big projects yet, I would advise we go for the IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. However, if you really want to, you can as well download the IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate. Now, also make sure that your platform is being selected. IntelliJ IDEA website is so intelligent, and it can be able to figure out which platform you are on, and that is why Windows is automatically selected for us. So we scroll down a little bit, and then we can download the IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. So we just have to click on download, and then the download would start automatically. Now, if in your case the download failed to start automatically, you can click on this direct link and it will start automatically. So we'll just wait for the IntelliJ Community Edition to finish downloading, and then we can continue with the next processes. Now the download is completed, so we just have to open the app by clicking on it. So we click on it, and then we wait for the process to start. So we just have to click on next, and then this is asking us where we want the IntelliJ IDEA to be installed. I'll just leave it in the default location and click on next. And this is how we can configure our IntelliJ IDE. So I don't want to make any changes. I just want to leave it as the default, and so I'm going to click on next. But however, I discovered that if you create a desktop shortcut, it is helpful if you want to really access your IntelliJ. So I would advise you click on this checkbox and leave the remaining as default, and then click next. Now click on install and wait for the installation to be completed. Okay, our IntelliJ IDEA is completed. So the next thing we are going to do is to click on the run IntelliJ. Check on this box here like this and click on finish. The reason we check this is because we want IntelliJ IDEA to start automatically. We click on the finish button. So let's click on finish and then wait for the IntelliJ IDEA to open automatically. Now we've successfully completed the installation of IntelliJ IDEA. Congratulations. In this next section, we are going to write our first Java code. I am excited, and so you are. Let's jump in. Now the time has come for us to create our first IntelliJ IDEA project and also write our first Java code. So to create your first IntelliJ IDEA project, we are going to click on this new project button. Now the next thing is we'll make sure that Java is selected here, nothing else. Please don't select Kotlin or Groovy or anything. Make sure you select Java, and then you give your project a name. In our case, we are going to name our project 100 Days Java. So 100 Days Java. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to select a location where we want our project to be stored. I am fine with the default location, but if you want to really change the location, you can click on this folder icon here, and then you can select the location you want your project to be stored. Now the next thing is we want to make sure that JDK is selected. That is the JDK we downloaded earlier. So I'm going to click on this JDK, and then we are going to add JDK from Dix. Now you are going to go to program files and then scroll down. You will see Java. Open it. You are going to see JDK 21 and then click on OK. Now after that, we are going to click on create and then wait for IntelliJ to create our project. How do you know IntelliJ has finished creating the project? You are not going to see this blue progress bar at the bottom. So you can see that the progress bar has disappeared. Now the next thing is we can see that IntelliJ IDE has provided some code for us. Now, because we are learning, I will teach you how to create your own class. I know that you don't know what is a class and what we are doing, but don't worry, with time, you're going to understand everything that is happening here. So for that, I'm going to click on this main button. And if yours is closed like this, you can as well open it by clicking on this folder icon here. So if I click on this folder button, I'm going to see main, and then I'm going to right click on the main. So I right click on the main and then I can click on delete. So we are going to delete it and then we click on OK. Now I'm going to teach you how to create your own class. So to create a class, we are going to make sure that SRC is selected. And then we are going to right click on SRC. And then we are going to click on new and then Java class. Please make sure you are selecting Java class and nothing else, not Kotlin class, not file, not package, but Java class. So I'm going to click on Java class, and the next thing is I'm going to give my Java class a name. So what is the name of the class I want to give? So I know we've not learned about naming Java class and the best name you can give your class. Don't worry, we are going to learn that in the future. For now, let's just type in main, like MAIN. Notice how the first character in main is capital letter. That is, the letter M is uppercase or capital letter. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on enter. And then we can see that IntelliJ has provided us some code. But because we are learning, we don't need this code as we are going to be writing it word for word. So I would advise that you clear this. So select it and then click on backspace on your keyboard. Now we are going to type this word for word. How do we start? We start by writing public in smaller letters like this, public, and then we give a space. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to type in class, all in lowercase or small letters like this, and then we give a space. Now the next thing we're going to type here is the name of the file or the name of the class we provided earlier. So if you named your class something else, please provide the name here. In our case, we called this main, and so we are going to type in main like this. Please avoid using characters uppercase or lowercase. Make it exact. So if the first character in your main class is uppercase, that is the same name you are going to provide here. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to click on shift and open brackets to provide a curly brace. Now you can see that we've added a curly brace, and IntelliJ IDEA is so smart that when we provided the opening curly brace, it was able to provide us with the closing curly brace. Now in between the open curly brace and the closing curly brace, we are going to click enter on our keyboard. I did that in order to take this closing curly brace down so that the code is nicely formatted. Now in between this, I'm going to type in public like this, another public, all in lowercase, and then I'm going to type in static like this, static like this, void like this, and then main. This time the main is lowercase. Although you can name your class anything, you cannot name your main anything. Your main has to be main. You cannot name it anything. Now, after that, we are going to provide open brackets like this. And in between the open bracket and the closing bracket, I'm going to type in string. Now, notice how the S in string is uppercase or capital letter S, like this. And then I'm going to provide square brackets. Now, outside the square brackets, I'm going to type in space. I'm going to give a space and type ARGS, like this. And then outside the closing brackets, I'm going to type in another curly brace and then type enter, just like this. I know you might be wondering, what is all of this? Don't worry, in the next video, I'm going to explain word for word all we have written. But for now, just follow step by step how we're writing this. And the next thing we are going to do is we are going to type in system. Notice how the S in system is capital letter S or uppercase S. And then we are going to type in period or full stop, and then OUT, like this, all in lowercase letters, and then period and print LN, like this. And then we open brackets and then type in between the brackets, in between the brackets, I'm going to type in double quotation. And in between the double quotation, I'm going to write hello world, like this. Now, in between the double quotation, you can write anything you choose to write. You can write in your name, you can write in anything you want to write. But the reason we're writing hello world is that it is a tradition in between programmers that the first program they're going to write in any language is going to be hello world. And since we are future programmers, future Java programmers, I want us to still write hello world. However, you can write anything you want inside this double quotation. Now we're going to go to the end of the closing bracket and type in semicolon, like this. And congratulations, we have written our first Java code. Although the computer does not know what we've written so far, except we run our code. So running our code means we are giving the instruction to the computer and telling it to execute these instructions. So how do we run our code? In IntelliJ IDEA, you can run your code in 3 different ways. There is a play button at the top. There's a play button, 2 play button, in our class and in our main method. So any of them that you want to use, it is totally fine. I prefer you using the one at the top, and so we click the play button here and then wait for IntelliJ IDEA to build the code. And congratulations, we have run our first Java code. As you can see, hello world is printed here. And that's all. Congratulations on completing day 2. You've done an incredible job today installing JDK, setting up IntelliJ IDEA, and running your first program. What an achievement! Keep going, stay consistent, and remember, every small step you take brings you closer to mastering Java. If you had any challenge while installing the Oracle JDK, setting up IntelliJ IDEA, or ran into any errors along the way, don't worry, I've got you covered. Just drop a detailed description of the issue in the comment section below, and I will personally attend to it as soon as possible. Your success is my priority, so let's tackle any roadblocks together. Happy coding! What's next? Tomorrow, we'll dive into the anatomy of the Java application we just wrote. Together, we'll break it down line by line, exploring the role of classes, methods, and syntax so you understand how everything fits together. Trust me, this is where it all starts to make sense, and I can't wait to see you there. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who would love to learn Java. See you in the next video where we dive deeper into Java programming. Bye for now.